We got to know each other quite a bit better in the summer of '04. And I think, what's today's date? Third, fourth today? Fourth? Fifth? See how time flies? It was 4 years ago, yesterday, that I gave my son his last hug. And I remember it so well. And I knew what he was going to do, and he knew what he was going to do. And I had my chance to serve, but the Marine Corps wouldn't take me. I couldn't make the grade. It's the men that you see in blue today, the Marines who sit here, the men in green, or Army. I know I saw a couple of Air Force in here, and Navy. These are the men and the women that bear the hardest, pay the hardest cost, bear the hardest burden, heaviest burden, and certainly suffer the greatest hardships. I, as a citizen, can serve my country in a different way, as I know many of you in this congregation do as well. Our first responders, our policemen, our firemen, two of our city's finest here today, serve us in another capacity. Every bit is critical to the success and the freedoms that we enjoy today, and we need to give them the respect and give them the courtesy that they deserve and in fact they've earned. That's why when I stand up and I see something needs doing, I do it. I think it was get her done. That's our men in blue. Those are the men and women that get it done, are the men and women that are serving us in our police force, in our firemen, in our military. What I can do, and what you can do, is stand up and see something needs doing, do it. But when you know what needs to be done, these guys right here, these men and women in our military that stand up and take that oath to defend this country against all odds, against all enemies, they're the ones, boys and girls, that we need to stand up and do for them. Al here, he has seen things and done things in his entire life that I'm in awe with. I know he won't say anything about it, but I know he has served his men. He goes to, every week, this man takes a group of men over to the local prison and talks to them about God in their lives and how they can become better people. I know Brian over here, he got 3 rides on a gurney, and he still got up the next day and did what he knew he needed to do. I know Brian was there when my son was killed. It was an amazing time, a very difficult time. But they stood up every morning. They knew that this country needed them to perform at their peak, and they did it. They didn't question it. They didn't get a choice whether they were going to get Starbucks or Caribou coffee that day. They were lucky to suck on a few grinds, and they still got up and did their job. So I would ask all the other citizens in this congregation, when you see a flag go by in a parade, give it the courtesy and respect it deserves. Stand up and give it a salute, or stand at attention. When you see a veteran who has served, open the door for him, give him a hand. That's the least you can do. If you see something that needs to be done, say, I will stand up and do it. I don't think that's too much to ask. In our busy schedules, I know we can either have a decision to either write a report for our management, but take time to write a letter to those who are serving us overseas. If we are running late to get home to our wives and our kids and our family, take a moment when you get home to give them a hug and a squeeze. Because you don't know how tender that may be. So thank you for recognizing everything we've done here. And I want you guys tonight, make sure you give these guys all a hug too. That's not a problem. Do it. Thanks.